What also changes in a pickup? Well, it creates an electrical current, electrical voltage, right? So not only is the resistance going to change, but there's going to be some voltage coming out too. So we're going to look at that. I'm going to set my meter here yes, to volts, down to 2 volts because it's not going to put out any more than that, right? And I think what we're going to do is we're going to see something interesting here. So now our meter is set to volts. I've got the same pickup. Nothing has changed. It's all connected exactly as it was. And as you would expect, it says 0.002 volts there. It should read 0, so I guess maybe there's something going on. Maybe it's picking up something in the air. 0.002, 2 thousandths of a volt, that's really nothing. What's going to happen is when I do this thing with the tool, you're going to see the needle jump. Hooray, hurrah, fantastic, yeah, cool. But let's do what we did last time. Now, I'm going to pull up, and the voltage goes up. And I pull, oh, see, isn't that strange? When I go up, volts go up. When I go down, volts go up. See, that's not really helping us, is it? Now, I notice that the meter is set on AC, so I'm going to set it to DC. What happens? If I go down, volts go up. If I go up, volts go up. That's not helping really, is it, in terms of volts? However, what we might see with the digital fella here is that will change. So if you're relying on an analog meter to test pickup phase, set it to ohms. The digital meter does a lot. It behaves in a different way. I'm observing the same color scheme here. Black goes into common, and my red is going into volts and ohms and all that sort of stuff. Now, instantly, you may notice a little bit more accuracy. Right now, we've got 6.084 kilo ohms, fine, whatever, right? So here is the pickup. I haven't changed anything. And here's my tool. What happens? Well, it jumps all over the place. It's not really telling me as much as the analog, right? I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on there. But the handy dandy thing about this particular digital meter, they don't all do it, but this one has a minimum and a maximum setting. So when I go, see, you can hear it changing as this metal goes near it. So again, it's a little bit more advanced than using the analog meter. That is why I usually suggest using the analog. But here with digital, we can do it. So what happens here? When I go down, it changed this, it went up to 7.35 max. If I go up, blammo, it actually went out of range. So what I'm going to do is cancel the minimum maximum feature. I'm going to change the range to 600 kilo ohms. So now it's reading 6.1, that's fine. I'm going to change it to set it to max. So whatever the maximum resistance that I'm going to see here is going to be displayed. So if I go down, yes, there's a change, but it's actually going the other way. So it's not registering because what I'm looking for is the maximum. When I go up, oh my Lord, it went beyond it even still. So let's cancel that and let's go to 6 meg. That is amazing. All right, I go down. Now when I go up, boom, 2.435 meg. It's amazing. I feel like this is a really hot pickup. So when I go down, nothing. There's no change on the screen. When I go up, we've already reached our max, 2.435. Let's double check that again. It's reset, set to max. Okay, now I'm going up, bam, 1.877 meg. Don't care what those numbers mean. What it means is that when I go up, it goes up. Exactly the same as the analog portion here. But yeah, if you have a lock screen, basically that's what you're looking for. If you don't have it so that you can lock it, what you still can do sometimes is just look at it. No, 600 is way over 600. So set it to 60K. When I go up, there is a bar down here telling me what's going on. But the thing is, it's changing so rapidly that it doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence as to what is going on. Yeah, when I go up, it goes forward. Even when I go down, it goes sort of forward there. But then I'm also seeing negative numbers. But the thing is, it's happening so fast that it's nice to have some confirmation. So let's look at that again. I'm going to set it to 60 mega ohms, which is insane. I'm going to set my max up 12 meg right there. I mean, I guess it depends on how fast I go up, right? Now, if you remember back to the analog guy here, when we used volts, didn't really get anywhere. It looked a bit funny. Up meant up and down meant up, but what we're going to try here is looking at AC volts and DC volts. So I'm going to change my range to 6 volts. There's no way I'm going to get more than 6 volts out of this, is there? Let me see. Bam, bam. Yep, there is change there, yeah. So I'm going to go min, max. Right now is max. That went up, and I think that went up too. So again, we're looking at the same kind of thing that happened here. When we had it set to AC volts, no matter what we did, the meter just sort of went forward. So it didn't give us any real clue as to what was happening, you know, phase-wise. So now I'm going to set my meter to DC, and it's set to 6 volts, minimum, maximum. This looks a bit more promising. Okay? Cancel that. Right, so that went into negative. This went into positive. Down means negative. Up means positive. But the thing is, it's happening so fast on the screen that what you want to do is hold it to the min-max. So when I go down, no change. This is encouraging. When I go up, bam, we see a change, and it's staying where it's meant to be staying, I guess. So this is encouraging. I'm going to cancel that, show that once again. So setting on to maximum 6 volts. Okay, when I go down, there's no change. That means that when I go up, there should be some change in the screen. And yes, so what that means is up means up. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to take this other pickup, and what did we decide again? We said that black was ground. So here comes black on the ground. Here comes red for the white, red meaning signal. And okay, canceling all that stuff. We're still in DC volts. What's my maximum? See, some change there. I'm going down, no change on the screen, great. I'm going up, bam, voltage goes up. So when I go up, the voltage goes up. Up means up, same as we did with the resistance. So there you go. 2 different ways of doing it. In fact, multitude of different ways of doing it. What would you do this for? If you wanted to know your output, you know, which would be hot, which can supply the more voltage, which is more signal, which is, you know, hotness, loudness, all that sort of stuff. You could use this too, you know, as well as phase. Bearing in mind that a big, ugly metal tool like this just yammering away at your pickup is not going to be the same as strumming strings. It'll give you an idea of some sort of hotness, but you're really going to need a lot of comparisons with other pickups to really get to the sense of knowing which is the strongest in terms of, you know, volume output. But we weren't concentrating on that today anyway. What we were doing was looking at phase. So I've shown you a few different ways of checking the phase. I actually think, having experimented with the volts on the digital meter, I actually like that, especially if you have a hold function. If you don't have a hold function, you know, all that back and forth can get a little bit confusing maybe. If you don't have a hold function on your digital meter, you might want to stick with an analog. Because that's going to give you a nice, easy kind of speedometer type of effect, and you can really make a lot of choices and decisions based on that. But if you don't have an analog meter, if all you have is the posh, lovely version, then by all means, stick it to maximum, and hey, there you go. Good Lord, I'm looking at the time on this. You know, this was meant to be a kind of a quickish video, but when you really get into the nitty-gritty of things, it just goes to show you that it takes quite a while to explain the ins and outs. So I hope that you have found this as fascinating and as enjoyable as I found it. So never subscribe, never click, never comment. Don't even watch. Just don't even watch. Don't learn anything.